Welcome to Everyday Life. Thank you for joining our podcast, Conversations Over Coffee. My name is Jen.
And I'm Dagda.
And we're going to hit you with the explicit content warning right off the bat. This podcast does include adult situations and adult language from time to time.
I'm an angel. I never fucking cuss.
Okay. Anyways, you ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could sit and continue the conversation, just not on mic.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly.
I don't say blah, blah, blah. Don't say blah, blah, blah. So anyways, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing today?
I am doing good. I was sick before my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we took a little bit of break for the 250th birthday of America.
Fuck yeah.
America, fuck yeah. 250 years.
Come to save the motherfucking day, America. Anyway.
At work, we were singing this song.
Yeah.
Like my favorite person, Mr. R, he was just like, "What's that from?" I'm like, "Team America."
World Police.
Yeah. There's too many of us that are,
Weirdos.
Yes. So I've got my three favorite people, but the one person is like, hush, secret squirrel, can't talk about it. So then my co-manager, she's my other favorite person. Then my favorite employee.
Mm-hmm.
He is this little dude, and he and I are just like peas in a fucking pod. And we had this conversation. If the purge was real, what would you do? And my answer was extremely reasonable. I said, well, I would go to Redacted store and I would clean out all the cash registers, and I would take at least a year's worth of supplies and distributed it to people I knew to help them. My favorite employee goes, I'd kill people. What? Well, apparently when you die, even if there's something painful, what they have found is there's also like this dopamine that your body releases.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, apparently it's like the best high ever. He was just like, so I'm not really killing people. He's just like, I'm just getting people really high.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
There's also a theory about death where essentially your brain slows down,
Mm-hmm.
and as it slows down, your perception of reality
Changes.
Yeah. And the argument is that you never really die because it slows down and slows down and slows down and slows down and slows down to the point where basically time stops for you.
Yeah.
Effectively. And I'm like, okay, I kind of get that, but at the same time, that's not the way it fucking works.
Yeah, and it's weird because it was just this very happy, this very joyous, this very, I'm a team player. I'd kill people. And it was funny because he had a number. He goes, well, I'm pretty sure I could, like, 8, maybe 9. It was for sure, maybe 9. And I was just like, buddy, I hope I'm not on the list. He goes, no, I like you. He goes, but, the people I don't like, he goes, I don't want to just not like them. He goes, so I want to make them happy before they die. It was funny. So Saturday, because he worked Saturday with me, we're sitting there, we're doing our thing, and we're all singing the Team America song. Fuck yeah. And now I did not start the conversation.
Okay.
But he goes, Jen? I'm like, what? And he was just like, sometimes I wish people would just like cram it somewhere. Just shut up and cram it somewhere. Now, I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure he was talking about a co-manager who was just running their mouth randomly. And I'm just like, yeah, I get that. Only I don't like it when anybody crams anything anywhere on me. This motherfucker goes, yeah, me either. It's really uncomfortable. I'm like, I just looked at him. I said, I love you so hard. Only me and my favorite co-manager and me. I was like, only the three of us get it. And we have this dark humor. And he was just like, well, I've definitely got some dark stuff on me. And I'm like, fuck my life. I'm like, you got to stop. And he goes, why? Is anybody watching us? And I was like, no. And there was a girl who was right over there by him. I was just like, no, but it's not appropriate for us to speak this way. We don't want to offend people. And he like looks around and he's just like, fuck him. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, this is why you're my favorite person. So, anyways. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would get along excellent with him.
Yeah.
He is, he's just, there's a local sandwich shop.
Okay.
And I was telling him a couple weeks ago, man, I went to Jimmy John's to get a sandwich on a Saturday night after work. I'm like, I was in a good mood. I was happy. I was picking up sandwiches for dinner. And yeah, Deadliest Catch had the new episode coming out on Saturday. I was just like, and I get over there and they're out of bread. And he goes, what? I said, they were out of bread. And I explained to him what had happened. They'd had a whole bunch of party pack orders. And the one employee was just like, I don't even know where this shit's coming from. We've had 6 of them in the last hour, blah, 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 blah. And so he tells me the other day, he was just like, we've been talking about Jimmy John's for like a week now. I'm like, I know it's a disgusting addiction, but he hadn't been there in a little while. And I was just like, but they have these toaster sandwiches, bro. They have these toasted subs that are cheese. And he goes, really? And I said, yeah. And they got one that's got roast beef and cheese. I was like, and onion straws and horseradish sauce. And he was like, what the fuck? I'm like, yes, bro. So he tells me, he goes, I ordered it before I went to work. I said, cool. He went to his lunch. He came back. And I said, how was your lunch? And he looks at me. He goes, those fuckers didn't have my lunch ready. And I said, what? He goes, yeah. I said, excuse me. I ordered this so I could pick this up at my lunchtime because I have a limited lunchtime. And where is it? And they're like, oh, we're working on it now. And I was like, oh my God. I'd have been so pissed.
Yeah.
But I said, but did they have bread? And he goes, yeah, I think the fuckers knew better than to run out of bread with me. Like, yeah, because that's the first place you'll hit during the purge. Just, we attach ourselves to humans that we really get along with that make us feel good in life. And there's coworkers or employees that we just attach to for that same reason. And it's just like, I have had many a person in my life, Dagda is a dick. Why are you even friends with him? You don't get it. I need that part of my life. The honest truth about why it is, and I can tell you, and I'm sure you already know, is you challenge me to think smarter. I like the fact that there's somebody who's extremely, I know a lot of smart people, but there is a slight difference between people being smart and people being highly intelligent. It's not a huge leap.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're always smart. I'm smart. You're smart, right? Yay, we're smart. Woo, teams. You're very intelligent with many things. I'm very intelligent with customer service and human kindness and human emotions and stuff. So there's things we're intelligently at different, but you challenge me to be more intelligent and look into and research like who is going to sit there and do the research that I do for you? Nobody but me. And it ponders questions. And sometimes it's really smart stuff like a twisted theory, like these hybrids that scared the crap out of me. And then I did research and research and research. And then, we come to find out through the research that you got these knucklehead scientists that have already made a humanzee who've done that's what they're called. They're humanzees. It's the cross
chimpanzee
between the chimpanzee and a human. They're called humanzees. And they ended the pregnancy at like 10 weeks and it's like, fuck my life. So that's because I've had many people say, man, he's just a dick. But he's my intelligent dick. I have said to people, I know, but it's so fun to see the confusions on people's faces because so many people have this ideology that men and women can't be friends. There has to be some kind of cornholing going on or something.
Yeah.
And so I've had the pleasure of saying, but my dick is super smart. I have such a smart dick. It's not even funny. But anyways, there's people we collect in our lives for a reason. And I love the fact that the Mr. R just reminds me of you in so many ways, but a little bit more relaxed. And it's super fucking funny when he comes to work. And I know that he's been doing things that I don't do. Because I'll be like, hey, what's up, Mr. R? And he's like, oh, hey, I didn't even notice you were standing there, Jen. I'm like, I've been working right next to you for 30 minutes.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
So, yeah, somehow I'm not surprised. But yeah, it was just so funny. He was just like, they knew better to have my bread. I was just like, they don't want the purge to happen. He goes, I'd go there first. Anyway, I love him to death. Anyways, so speaking of research, we had We were talking about a couple episodes ago. We were talking about filming in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh yeah,
And like all these cool different movies. And then we started talking about like all the different movies in the Pacific Northwest and like movie money.
Yeah.
So I did 2 types of research because one, I was just kind of curious. And then the other was because you'd said something. So I was kind of curious. We had looked at like movies that were made in the Pacific Northwest, Hand that Rocks the Cradle, I Love You to Death, Twilight partial movies and all that. We talked about that. Well, then I was just like, well, what about all the other movies? What about all the other states? And your girl did research about the highest grossing movies from every state. So I'm going to give you the name of the movie, and I'm hoping you'll guess the state or states.
Okay.
There are some movies on here that have
New Zealand, Italy, Canada.
Nakaho. What? No, I didn't go that far, but I'll research them too. Because I have a whole different thing. You said New Zealand, and that was just like, oh, I didn't want to jump into that right away. But anyway, okay. Talladega Nights.
Tennessee.
Alabama. Here's the craziest thing about this. All of these movies are on this list. This is literally did this research right before while we were on break. I got sick again. I got the flu. Thanks, assholes. Or the best that we can figure is the flu. Thanks, jerks from work. Anyways, so it was researched as of end of June 2026.
Okay.
So none of these movies were made after COVID. These are all pre-COVID.
Okay.
Fair. Okay, so Talladega Nights was done in Alabama.
Alabama.
Mobile,
Alabama, where you belong.
Shrimp boat.
Yep.
Shrimp captain. Transformers. 3 states. This is the highest grossing movie for 3 states.
California, Nevada, and Buttholesville.
You got Nevada right.
Okay.
Alaska, Nevada.
Alaska. Oh,
and Oklahoma comes sweeping down the plains. Oh, yeah, that surprised me too. I was like, what? Oklahoma?
I mean, a lot. I haven't been all over in Oklahoma nor Nevada, but a lot of that area looks pretty much the same.
Brown.
Yeah. It's a whole bunch of dirt. You can see the rocks.
That's how I felt when I went through Texas. Was like, oh, brown. 2 miles. Oh, there's a tree. 2 miles. Brown. Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah, I have no idea. Probably the same places.
No, none of these overlap.
Oh, really?
None of these overlap.
Of course, I never saw the second Transformers, so I only watched the first one.
Arizona, Virginia, and Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Like, which was, so what's odd to me is the first Transformers, they kind of have a desert thing going on too.
Mm-hmm.
So they go back to
yeah.
It's just wild. It's just wild to me where they're filming at, and you kind of have to wrap your brain around it going, oh, well, I guess Nevada and Arizona are next to each other. So they probably were like, oh, we're going to film this scene in Nevada, but it's got to look different. So we'll just turn the other direction and film it in Arizona.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that the industry has people who their entire job is finding areas to film in.
To fit the scape that they've been described in the script, I'm sure. It's just, here's the trip to me. The trip to me is the fact that I did a Google search of the highest grossing films for each state.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these films, I think the most is four. One of these movies was done in four different states, was filmed in 4 different states, and it's still considered the highest grossing movie for each of those states.
Wow.
And that is the crazy rub to me. I'm like, what? It doesn't make sense to me that there's not more new movies, like newer movies. Most of these movies are pre-2016.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's so crazy. It just bangs my mind hard.
Raising people.
Yeah, it's not the right way to phrase it. Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind. I want to say that was filmed in like Georgia or something. Maybe one of the Carolinas.
Arkansas. But but that tells you a lot about Arkansas right there, because I believed it was filmed somewhere between 1946 and 1956. That is the highest grossing movie that was filmed in that state.
Wow.
Y'all need to step up your game, Arkansas.
God damn.
You ain't had a popular movie there in 7 years. What the hell?
Well, if you've been to Little Rock, you know.
Oh. Nah, nobody wants to go there. Bill Clinton was running around too much around there. Star Wars Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens.
Yeah,
So
that's
one of the
Kylo
new
Ren's.
ones. Yeah.
That's the one I fell asleep at, and people were looking at me at the theater.
Oregon?
California.
Oh, what the fuck?
$954 million. Highest grossing one that was filmed. It was
What
filmed
the
in its
fuck?
entirety in California, according to the website.
That's kind of crazy to me because there's been so many, like, probably the majority of popular movies that have come from the United States have been filmed in California, I want to say.
Part. That's the kind of the caveat is, in part, they've been filmed in multiple places. It's just the highest grossing. So it was just like, I'm sure the number is more now, but when I looked it up, like 2 or 3 weeks ago or whatever it was, when I looked it up, it was $954 million. I'm pretty sure it's over $1 billion now, but it was listed at $954 million, and it was predominantly filmed in California. It grossed $954 million towards the California economy, because you got to remember they have to pay taxes and everything from. It's not just filming permits; they got to pay all the taxes and stuff, right? So I was floored too, because I would have thought it'd been something like, different.
Also, I'm surprised. Well, it was Disney, so I was gonna say I was surprised that they would have bothered with filming it there, because they have so many regulations on how you have to do things.
Yeah.
Which was why they started moving out of California to begin with for most movies and television.
I believe this was released in 2016, but it was filmed in part in 2014 before a lot of the legalities changed. So that's what I'm saying is all of these listed here, as far as I can tell, are all pre-2016.
Well, a bunch of the things that I'm talking about or I'm thinking about were like in the early 2000s, the late 90s that they put.
Oh, gotcha.
Like if you have.
Are you sure you're not thinking about porn?
No. Like if you have catering, it has to be by a certain group. If you have.
Yeah, they have to be part of the unions and SAG and all that.
You have to fucking hire the Teamsters to do X, Y, and Z. You don't get a choice. Yeah. You have to hire the Teamsters.
Yeah, and you're right. That's probably why a lot of people are moving out of filming in California, because
it's so expensive. It's bloated.
Like
extra expensive.
Washington State, we hold a flag and we're like, bitch, you ain't got to hire Teamsters. Just pay us.
Yeah.
Like legit. Yeah. I was surprised that one was for California as well. I would have thought it would have been something like, I don't want to say because it's for a different state.
Yeah.
And it was just like, when I found that out, I was just like, that doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. Anyways, this one kind of surprised me, but okay. The Fast and the Furious 7. Furious 7.
I only watched the first one in Tokyo Drift. I don't know what kind of.
I'll give you a hint.
What?
Rocky Mountain High.
So that's back east.
No. Rocky Mountain High is a song that was sung by John.
Oh yeah, Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, how many times do I have to connect that?
That is east of here, by the way.
It is not way back east, though. I was actually surprised by this one, because I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. But Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Florida?
Connecticut. That's what I said.
I'm pretty sure that was all like South America was where it was supposed to be.
Well, it was Connecticut.
Central America?
It was filmed predominantly in Connecticut.
That's kind of crazy.
And it blew my mind too. I wasn't surprised by this next one. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, which I happen to love, by the way.
Maine?
Delaware, close.
Delaware.
That is a good guess.
I've never seen that movie, but yeah, I remember the clips. It's very northeastern.
Yeah, I remember. That's what I thought it was going to be. Was Maine. Very Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yeah.
I very much thought it was going to be like Maine, Rhode Island, or something, and it said Delaware. I'm like, close enough. New England, close enough. Whatever. Yeah, but I was surprised because there's a lot of them that surprised me on here, because it's just like, there's been a lot of good movies that have come out in the last 10 to 15 years. Why aren't any of them on here? And I think it's because there ends up being a lot of overseas filming for.
Yeah.
It feels like it's two birds, one stone. Sometime it's like you didn't need to go to Paraguay to make you didn't need to go to Chile. You could have filmed it on a soundstage. Would you want to take a family on vacation at the same time?
Yeah.
Which
tax write-off, bitches.
That's right, bitch. Iron Man 3. I think you've seen that one.
That was the one that Jeremy talked through, and I had to watch it like 5 times to even kind of get a gist of the movie because he talked through it every time. New York.
No. But good guess. I was actually surprised too because that was my guess as well. Mm-hmm. Florida and North Carolina is where it was. Which the North Carolina makes sense if you remember the movie where he goes off his flight plan and he crashes with that little boy.
Yeah.
So then it does make sense.
Yeah.
And then of course where he has to go to save Pepper Potts. So that once you go through the steps, you're like, oh, yeah, it wasn't mostly filmed in New York. It was mostly filmed. Okay, that makes sense now. In the saddle of the Nile.
Wow.
The Hunger Games, Catching Fire.
That one.
I don't even think you've seen it, have you? You've only seen the first one.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one.
Yeah, this is the second one.
Because I was gonna say the first one seems like it would have been filmed like in the Northeast. So I assume that the other ones are filmed up there too.
I can give you a hint.
Okay.
Tyler Perry owns a film studio here.
Georgia?
Yeah.
Georgia?
Georgia.
Fuck Charlie Daniels. I'd never be caught dating Georgia. The devil.
Avatar.
That one was actually one that I was thinking of earlier. I'm going to assume that it was filmed in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking of that because like most of that is done in like a studio thing because it's mostly fucking AI shit.
Yeah.
Or not AI but CG. And then I was like, oh yeah, I think it was in Georgia,
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when I read California, I thought it was going to be Avatar because so much of it was CGI and some sound studio. And then it did dawn on me as well. I'm like, oh, but they're in a jungle theme. So
yeah.
The Navi. The Navi.
Yeah, I think Navi.
Sorry, I'm not a super big fan, but anyways, I was just like, oh yeah, they have a jungle environment there. So it makes sense. We just talked about this film the other day and Will Smith loving filming it. Wild Wild West.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that one doesn't have to be, but it needs to be one of the southwestern states.
Does it?
I mean, it mostly takes place in like terrain that looks like Arizona, Nevada, that sort of shit. Maybe Utah.
I love your logical thinking. I love it because you're right. It looks like that. But when we start thinking about the Wild Wild West and like the Oregon Trail and all of those things.
It could be Idaho or Eastern Washington.
No.
Eastern fucking Oregon. Those places are all very similar to that.
You just said it. Idaho, yes. Which really shocked me because I was just like, I had to think about that. And that's why I was just like, oh, yeah, because like the Oregon Trail, part of it kind of went around that way, didn't it, too? Or there was trails of the Tears of Trails or whatever. Trails of Tears. We have a lot of different trails they use to get to the West.
Yeah.
So when we go back in history, and we only know this from studying for a different podcast that we've talked about doing. Yeah. When we go back to when they're talking about the Wild Wild West, it's because basically everything from Oklahoma south was where they didn't think you'd come back from. We had a conversation about a family serial killer.
Yeah.
And so everything else would have been north of that as you're doing your wagon trains. You had very up top where they went basically across by Canada, and that's where you see that migration pattern. Like when you do ancestry and all of that, you have that migration pattern where it's just like you have ancestors that would be from the Michigan area or from Ohio because that's the migration pattern of humans. But you go up there and then you've got like 4 different routes that were taken. I think Oregon Trail is probably the most notorious, or the Trail of Tears.
I think, well, the Trail of Tears was more it was a migration. It was a forced migration of Native Americans. I think the Oregon Trail was the primary one.
Yeah.
The primary path that people took going from eastern United States to the West Coast.
Yeah. But depending on the time of year where people traveled is also where they would be a little more northern. Because obviously wintertime, they're going to go through the plains states. They're going to go through Nebraska and the Utah up through that way. But yes, Idaho. And all I thought was, I never even thought about the fact that in the dead ass summertime, Eastern Idaho looks just like Eastern Washington, looks just like Utah, looks like Arizona. It's just brown.
Unless you're in the bad
Dun,
light.
dun, dun.
Then it's red.
Right. I think this is a movie you like. The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Yeah, I like that movie. Illinois.
Yes.
So I'm thinking Chicago.
Yes.
Which is kind of funny because technically Chicago is Metropolis, which is not where Batman is from. Batman is from New York.
He's from Gotham.
Yeah,
he's from Gotham City inside of New York.
Yeah.
Or just outside of New York, in its own island.
Yeah, Gotham City is the replacement for New York in DC.
Yeah. Just the way you just so logically did that. That's crazy because you were just like, Illinois. I'm like, and I had to look and see where my paper was. So because I thought for a second, did he cheat? We don't do no cheating up in here. Okay. And I know you haven't seen it, but I'm going to let you get a crack at it. 4 different states share this as its top title. Transformers, Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the Moon.
I'm going to give you some hints.
Okay, because I have no idea because I've not watched it, so I don't have any, visual references.
Okay. Motor City.
So Detroit, Michigan?
Michigan, there you go. Only steers and redacted come from this
Texas.
state. There you go. We have a mutual friend who lives there now with his wife and children. He lived here. He used to work
Florida?
Oh.
Wait, Indiana.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the last one is they're known for their cheese.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Lakes.
Here's the thing that was crazy to me. That's a Transformers movie, and it took the top grossing money for 4 states, and it didn't even make that much money.
Yeah. We have the Michigan one is somewhat surprising to me because there's a lot of stuff that happens in Detroit, right?
Right.
So I would expect that there's been a lot of movies that have at least partially been made in Detroit.
Oh, 100%. 8 Mile.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not specific to Detroit, Michigan. I just wanted to think something familiar for you.
I think it was Detroit. There was, Jeremy would know because he's the one who told me this. There was a post-apocalyptic movie that was made in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
And I don't remember. I think it might have been Cyborg or something like that. Anyway, all the scenes that were in the apocalypse in the town were filmed in Detroit, and there was a big fire that had happened, and they never rebuilt the area.
Yeah.
And so they filmed it in that area.
Yeah. But, when we're talking about that movie, I'm pretty sure Cyborg only made like $10 million.
Yeah, it was not.
I mean,
it's not even a cult classic. It's
not, but it was a good movie. The lady with the ice blue eyes. Oh my god.
That was the second Cyborg movie, I believe.
Oh.
Second and third were about her because she's like a little girl in the first one. They show her. And
her mom has the ice blue eyes too. It's an actress that has. Only actress I've ever seen with that icy blue eyes.
Yeah, she's got shockingly blue eyes.
Yeah, and the bad guy in that, the big buff guy, oh, he creeps me out. Everything I've ever seen him in, I'm like, go away, creepo. Anyways, Twister.
So I want to say that was made in Ohio or some shit.
So close, but no.
Okay.
Think again. You're close.
So it can't be Indiana.
Nope. Or Michigan or Texas.
Texas.
Okay,
hot.
They have a lot of corn there.
Nebraska.
Nope. You're
Kansas.
Iowa.
Same difference.
Nebraska, you're thinking of the Cornhuskers, and I don't know what you're thinking about with the Kansas. Jeez. Well, maybe Iowa doesn't have as much corn as I think. Maybe they're wheat. I don't know. Anyways, it's Iowa, which really screwed my brain up because I thought it was Kansas as well. I'm like, what is this nonsense? But, that's just my opinion.
I mean, a lot of that area is more or less the same.
Yeah. Now, this title is going to take you back. Here's the crazy thing. This next movie is like 30 years old, and it's right behind Arkansas. Is like, what the hell y'all been doing? Dances with Wolves.
So I want to say that was made in one of the Dakotas.
No. I'll give you a hint. You just said the states on the title before.
Okay, so Kansas or Ohio.
Kansas is one of them.
Okay.
You said the others, one of the other states
Nebraska.
too. Nebraska, yeah. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo run.
Why?
Oh, mean. Some college kid, like 20-year-old college kid going, what the fuck? Why is that so funny? Because that's just how we used to. Yeah. Like, I swear to you, I thought it was filmed in Kentucky. Didn't even think about Wyoming, and then I flash back to the movie, and I'm like, oh yeah, they did a winter scene, and that was filmed in Wyoming, and yeah, it like totally got me. Rain Man.
So that
I actually told you this one before.
One of the actually no, yeah, because I was thinking it was in like Nevada or one of those. Because the only scene that I really remember from that movie was when they're driving and they stop at a diner, and when they're driving down this real long fucking like deserty road, and then he counts the fucking matchsticks. So that's and then the rest of the movie, however, happens in some like northeastern type place.
Yeah, but the predominant, this isn't all again about what was produced top.
Yeah.
I will tell you this: they have some finger licking chicken.
Kentucky.
Yes.
Kentucky.
That surprised me just as much as the next one, Jurassic World.
Speaking of Kentucky and finger licking chicken, I was walking the other day. Actually, I think it was when I was going over to Jeremy's house for game night, and I'm like, where the fuck is that KFC at? Because I was walking along and walking through a housing area, right? And I smell the very distinct smell of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I'm like, that smells so fucking good.
Like, that smell, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even if they got dirty fire, it's not like when you're like, oh, Safeway changed their fry grease and I can smell it because we live so close to one.
Yeah.
It's literally like, oh, that's good.
Because they have their recipe of the herbs and spices.
It's just the way it all cooks up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, as soon as you smell it, you're like, okay, I need some mashed taters. I need me some biscuits.
And for a second there, I was like, because immediately it was KFC. And then I was like, wait a minute, how do I realize that it's KFC specifically? And then, I thought about the herbs and spices. So knowing that Jeremy's house is that way, you just needed to go that way 18 more blocks. Yeah, there's a KFC farther down.
I don't know how close there is to Jeremy's.
Yeah, it's nowhere near close enough to be smelling it, that's for sure.
But when the air is right around here, you can smell it.
Yeah.
Just as I swear to God, I can smell it. I have smelled teriyaki or katsu a couple of times, and I think it's that restaurant that's less than a mile from here. And I told my partner, I was just like, one of these days, we're going to go there and try their katsu. Just because of their signs. And he goes, what do you mean? And I said, they have one sign that says, eat here or we both starve.
Yeah.
And I love that sign because it's so honest. I was like, and then they have another sign that says, we apologize for your katsu addiction ahead of time. I
actually went there one time because Zach lives over in that area.
Yeah.
He lives a few blocks away from there.
And what did you think?
It was pretty good.
Was it as good as Old Faithful or better? Or
I don't know, because that was actually several years ago. It was like when we first started hanging out with Zach. So
like it can't be several years ago because that restaurant's only been there since I guess, was it open before COVID?
I don't know about that.
I've only known about it for like the last 2 years.
Yeah, no, it was well before that.
So they must have been starting it right before COVID and all that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I really want to try that place. And my partner was just like, that's really smart. I'm like, I love how honest it is. Eat here or we both starve.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's great. Jurassic World.
So I've not seen that one.
Okay. Well, you want to know what? I'm going to give you the easiest hint ever.
Okay.
You would go here to get a good boudin.
What?
You would go there to eat a good boudin. Or maybe
Boudin.
Boudin, there you go.
Okay, so that would be Louisiana.
Louisiana. Miss C would know that.
Yeah.
course, I always say it wrong, but she always just says, "Yep, you're right." She's so sweet.
I fucking want some boudin now.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to get a hold of her on Facebook and be like, "Girl, when you making it?"
Yeah, I never got to fucking try it when she made it that one day before she left.
Yeah, I know. I didn't either. Shame on you. And I don't want to drive up to her new store to. Okay, so the next one, 3 different states. This is number 1 for 3 different states. My name's Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yes, and it is. And I guarantee you it is not what you think it is.
Yeah, so at least the early scenes had to have been filmed in the South because there's the only area where like the Spanish moss and stuff grows, and there was lots of that, and like a fucking plantation like mansion. So I would say it had to be like Mississippi, Alabama.
Very close.
Maybe the Carolinas.
One of them.
Okay, so probably South Carolina.
Yes, that's one place. Now you remember the movie, right?
Yeah.
So think about the fact of him running.
Yeah, it happens everywhere in the United States, basically.
But they predominantly show South Carolina is where he's, even though he's supposed to be from Greenbow, Alabama.
Yeah.
So that was predominantly filmed in South Carolina.
Okay. And then, so that road that he stops running on is probably in like New Mexico or Arizona or fucking Nevada, one of those states.
It's north.
So then it would have to be like Utah?
North
of Utah.
Yeah.
So then it would have to be Montana.
Yes.
And then
Rock Lobster.
I was gonna say, yeah, so it's gonna be like Maine or fucking
Maine, yeah, Maine. And I knew it was Maine just because of the one lighthouse. And I was just like, oh, yeah, because I've seen that lighthouse in many, because, you know, me and lighthouses are friends. We're besties.
And so Stephen King, too.
Screw that guy trying to scare me all the time. But yeah, no, I really expected it to be Alabama because he talks about being raised in Greenbow, Alabama.
Yeah.
So I really expected at least some of the filming to be done there. No, not a bit.
I also kind of expected, like, the scenes, especially where later after everything with his boats and stuff, that looks a lot like Louisiana.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting that. But yeah.
Yeah. Nope. I'm pretty sure it was like on that Gulf Coast right there.
Well, the North Carolina is
South.
Or South Carolina. Both of them are north of the Gulf Coast.
Yeah. So, but it goes to show you they really didn't film very much there.
Yeah.
I believe the big storm scene, I think that was actually done on a soundstage. Is that all you got?
Yeah.
I'm just saying Gary Sinise did a good job with that.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan.
You got magic legs.
You got magic legs. I love that movie so well. And then, you know, especially you got little Haley Joel Osment in there as, my name's Forrest Gump. And you're Dolores blah, blah, blah. You know, especially him. And then you see him now and he's like a 38-year-old something cokehead. And it's just like with his fat little belly. Yeah, he's been arrested a couple of times for cocaine. Wow. It's just like what happened to you? Did you get that scarred from doing a movie with Bruce Willis about coke? Come on now. Wedding Crackers.
Wedding Crackers.
Yes. Which I also thought was filmed in Maine too. And then once I read where it was, I was just like, oh, that's just not exciting.
What?
I don't even know if you've seen that one.
I think I've seen it. That's a Vince Vaughn movie with Owen
Wilson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
And Isla Fisher, the perfect little nymphomaniac.
Oh yeah.
Sacha Baron Cohen's ex-wife. She's fantastic. I have enjoyed everything I've seen with that little redhead in it.
I have no idea because it's very generic as far as what you actually see as far as the area that you're in, because most of it, I believe, takes place inside of buildings. Yeah, like bars. Like they're like a private little island or whatever. They're in Maryland. It's all filmed in Maryland. I'm like, what the hell? And of course, you have not seen this, but The Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 1. It's filmed in 2 different extremes. One on one end and 1 3/4 of the way through. Trying to think what states we haven't covered yet.
That's the only way you're going to guess most of this is by thinking through what you've already said.
I think we already said Alaska, right?
That is correct.
So,
it's really hard if you haven't seen it too.
yeah. So I have no visual reference, so I have no idea.
Yeah. So Massachusetts
Okay.
and Utah. I had no idea.
Utah.
I had no idea they filmed any part of it in Utah. But it makes sense with some of the scenery. But it just like, ugh. Massachusetts made more sense because of the greenery.
Yeah, if it was still along the lines of the original movie, that the trees there make me think of the Northeast. So
it's super crazy. It's just so crazy to me. Grumpier old men.
I want to say that was filmed in the Dakotas.
Close, very so close, so close.
So we already did Wisconsin, right? And
that is
Illinois
correct.
and Michigan.
Yep.
So
if it's by the Great Lakes, it can only be. If it's not Michigan, it's got to be
Ohio.
No.
We already did Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
We already did Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And Illinois.
Yep.
Iowa.
We already did Iowa.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, Twister.
Oh, yeah. There's one I'm forgetting then.
It's an M state. How about that? The state starts with an M.
Remember.
You're right, but then say the answer. You don't fool me. I have a very good friend who lives there now. The Mall of America is there.
Yeah.
The baseball team is the Twins. Oh wait, you don't know sports.
Yeah, no.
Don't you know it's the same as Bobby's World? Don't you know in the good old state of Minnesota?
Oh, Minnesota. Oh,
yeah. It's like the only state in that area you didn't name.
Yeah. Like visually seeing the shapes of the states in my head.
Right. Like you've got Nebraska and Kansas here, and you're just missing, right?
Yeah. I'm old.
The Help.
The Help.
Yes.
Is that a movie?
No, it is not. This is the one. It's based in the South. About.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in the South.
But it's not South Carolina.
Yeah.
And it's not
Georgia
or Florida.
Louisiana.
Or Louisiana.
So Mississippi.
Yes. Good try. Deductive reasoning. Oh, so this is great. I'll give you super easy hints for this. If I give you the hints, you might even know the name of the movie. I don't know. So this movie was filmed in 2 states that you're familiar with because 1, I went on vacation to go see Papa there, and 2, one of our very good acquaintances is always talking about how, by God, it's better than here.
West Virginia.
Okay, so that's one of the states. Remember where I went on vacation?
And then it was like, it was one of those states that we were just talking about, actually.
Nope, we have not said this state name.
No, but it's right there.
It's near it. It's near it.
States.
Yeah, it's in between Kansas. Kansas is its neighbor.
Okay.
And a lot of people will say you fly into the airport in Kansas City.
God damn it.
You're not a geography good one, are you?
No. So, yeah, because there's 2 states that have Kansas City.
There's Kansas City, Kansas, and there's Kansas City.
Matter.
Right. The Royals play there.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, Super Bowl winners.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah.
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 Missouri, bitch.
Missouri. Oh, yeah, Missouri.
I'll give you one hint to the title name because I think you're going to get it. Do you already know it?
No. Oh, okay. Silence of the Lambs.
Yes. I waited 3 weeks to do that. I knew you would know it. No, Dan. Yeah, no. I was just like, what? If I'd have known that 7 years ago, I'd have been like, Papa, let's go. I want to see where this was filmed.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because, when I actually looked out the airplane window, one of the few times I did, this guy was like, hey, this is a show me state. You got to see this shit. And you look out and you just see it's actually really lush and green there in many of the places, which really shocked me because they're all, because It was, it was, and I lived through a tornado. So, but yeah, it's kind of so. Oh, I know we're getting long in the tooth. That's I don't care. Okay, so the original Jumanji from 1995. I was blown away when I saw what state it was.
Huh. Because a lot of most of it happens inside a house, if I remember correctly.
Even around.
And then there's like tropical-ish scenes, like with the alligator and stuff.
It's one of the northeast states that we have not named.
Connecticut.
No.
Rhode Island.
No.
Give
me one more and then I'll tell you.
So we did Maine, Massachusetts.
We've already done. No. We've done Maine. We've done Massachusetts. We've done Connecticut.
You mentioned Delaware.
We did Delaware. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
there's one more in there.
Pennsylvania. What's that other one? Fuck, man.
New
York, Hampshire.
Yeah.
Both
actually surprised me.
Hampshire.
I was just like, whoa, New Hampshire.
Yeah, I mean the house that they were in is definitely like a northeastern house style from back in the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you could. That's why I figured you'd know it was in the Northeast, just because it just does have a lot of that style to it. Yeah. But the next movie is one of my favorite Christopher Nolan movies, and that is The Dark Knight Rises. It's actually my absolute favorite Christian Bale Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, that's the first one, isn't it? The first one of that series.
Well, there's The Dark Knight, then The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, okay.
And then it's the one with Bane. It's the one with Tom Hardy as Bane.
Yeah.
I was born in a dark. It's blinding. Yeah.
I mean,
Hot Hardy.
The other one was Michigan.
So you're very close. If you ever, there's a very famous shore.
Polly?
Funny enough, there is a Polly that plays on MTV.
New Jersey?
New Jersey. There, I was so sad. I was like, no, not Jersey. But yeah, it was filmed in New Jersey.
I spent a whole weekend there once.
This one is going to wrap up most of what's left. The Avengers.
The Avengers.
Four states.
Oh man. So,
come on, you got this.
I mean, obviously, it's all states that we haven't said yet.
Stark Tower is located in. It's East Coast. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it had to be some major city.
You've only said this state like 8 times today.
New York.
Yes, New York. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. That's one. We have another new state that there was filming done in, which, if you think about the Avengers, it makes sense. I literally gave you half the name.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the states named with new, and I think I've already said all of them.
Nope, you said New York and New Jersey. That leaves
New Hampshire.
Oh, and New Hampshire. That leaves one more.
New Delaware.
You motherfucker. I went to one time down in Clovis, and I told you the story about driving through Texas.
Oh, New Mexico.
There we go. Okay, and then we got 2 more, and you've said these states recently. Yeah.
I know English good. And watch, all of these words are not English words.
Part of this state's name is also a Blankwise the Clown name.
What? Pennywise, Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania, there. And then the last one that you've tried to say for every other title all day is Ohio. There we go. Ohio. Yeah, I was like tripping out on that one. I'm like, holy crap. 4 states. It takes any time that there's more than 2 states, it's like my brain goes, wow, because again, like the Avengers is like $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. So this one is a no fucking brainer. Fargo.
Dakota,
yes, North Dakota. Here's one that blew my mind. The original Independence Day from 1996.
Yeah, because the events occur in California. Although part of it is in like New Mexico or Arizona because they're at the fucking the White Sands.
But the majority of it was filmed.
Oregon.
Yes. Your birth state. Wow. Wow. You got it. I didn't even have to give you 9 hints. That's great. Something about Mary. It's a northeastern state.
Yeah.
It's the
only one left.
There's only 2 left in the northeast. And it's one of the 2. 2 words.
Connecticut. Yeah, so it's not Connecticut. It's not Delaware. No, it's Rhode Island.
National Treasure, Book of Secrets.
Ooh, so that one is in like Maryland. Well, a bunch of it happens in Washington, D.C.
Right, but it's filmed in a far less occupied state.
Yeah.
It's got 2 words to it. Come on, you got this.
Bumfuck.
No. Well, we just talked about Fargo.
So it's South Dakota.
Yes, South Dakota. Okay, your roommate's actually from this state for Castaway.
Tennessee.
Yes, blew my mind. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Most of it was filmed in Tennessee. Yeah.
I would assume that most of it got filmed in like Hawaii.
I would have thought the same. I would have thought Hawaii, or I would have thought one of the islands off the Florida, or even but no.
Wait, where was it filmed?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee doesn't have. Yeah, Tennessee is landlocked. So if it was like South Carolina, even it would make more fucking sense.
Yeah.
They could be on an island out off the coast. But
it's so crazy to me. It just blew my mind. Okay, well, this one's going back quite a few days. Star Trek, like 1982. Star Trek, the last northeastern state.
Eastern.
Mm-hmm. There's only one left.
Connecticut.
No, we've already said Connecticut. Stop saying Connecticut.
Delaware.
Nope.
What
the other end of the alphabet?
New Zealand.
Past that.
Omega.
What's
Ultramarines. Vermont.
Yes.
Okay.
And then last but not least, Washington State. Yes. Guess what our highest grossing movie would be.
Our highest grossing movie.
For Washington State.
Was it 10 Things I Hate About You?
Oh, no. That movie only made $12 million.
Okay.
It's much more newer than that. Because even Sleepless in Seattle only did $93 million.
Yeah. Not The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, because that's an older movie still.
Nope. This one actually came out within the last 15 years.
Last 15 years.
Yep.
A movie. Is it like set in Washington State?
Yep. And I keep saying every time I watch it, I think she's going to make a different choice. But she never does.
The fucking sparkly vampires movies.
Yep. Twilight Saga, Eclipse, which, all of them have had some filming here, but Eclipse had the most filming here.
Mm.
And so I was just like, I was blown away at that because I was just like, holy crap. Like Washington, D.C., you don't count for anything, I know, but
Technically, it's not a state.
it's a District of Columbia, which is where Transformer Revenge of the Fallen was done. But, good Lord, excuse me. So when we talked about this, the last thing you said on that episode was, I wonder about movies that were filmed in like Samoa and like Guam and like the Dominican Republic and the Puerto Rico. Guess what? This girl's got those answers. Guam. And it did not give me a financial breakdown, but the movie in its entirety, based on a true thing, was a Netflix studio direct release movie. It was a rom-com called Operation Christmas Drop, filmed in 2020.
Okay.
Or released in 2020, so it was probably filmed in 2019.
Yeah.
The island of Samoa. So here's the crazy thing. There is a New Zealand. This is a Kiwi written, starring, and filmed one. Okay. So there in Samoa, it is Hunt for the Wilder People. So what's really interesting about it is you've got an American one, but the reason I mentioned the one that's done by the New Zealand Film Studio is because it's the highest grossing New Zealand made film, like produced, starring, production, ever for New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah. They're the other one that's considered a top grossing is nowhere near it. It's still number 6 on their list, but it was like number 1 in 2025. But it was a movie called Tina in 2025, and it was a drama about a local teacher trying to do stuff better or something.
Okay. I miss the Almighty Johnsons, by the way.
Bring it back. Bring Ragnarok back too. honestly.
I mean, that one actually got a conclusion, so I'm happy with it, even though I'm not happy with their conclusion. But at least they
have at least somewhat said these are our loops. They're finished for now. But an American film was actually filmed there in its entirety.
Okay.
In 1953, starring Mr. Gary Cooper, and that was called Return to Paradise. So there has been bits and clips, but as far as the highest grossing and the majority of for Samoa, Return to Paradise for the Americans.
Sorry, dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. That was in my brain. I couldn't stop without
I know, that's just like anytime I hear somebody do a countdown, I automatically hear 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so then the last two, Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. This was crazy. Filmed in the Dominican Republic is Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl from 2003 that grossed $654 million.
Damn.
I mean,
that's jump change, whatever.
It actually is compared to the number one.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, filmed in 2011. I almost threw up when I read this. $1.04 billion, which is chump change nowadays because you've got zillionaires and all that. I mean, isn't Musk the richer person again?
I think so.
Yeah, we have more millionaires now than we did 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's kind of the way money works.
Know that? I thought it just landed in your lap.
I mean, sometimes it does.
Oh, if you shake that thing, baby, don't shake that thing.
How good? Put on that thing.
I can't even talk to a girl.
Yeah. I kind of liked her until she started scamming people, and then I was like, okay, this is fucked up.
Yeah, it's one thing if something naturally funny happens, but it's another thing if my partner has a really weird sense of humor lately.
Okay.
So yesterday I was talking to him about the game plan for the week. I'm like, hey, look, this is my work week. I'm actually working a different shift this week. I'm just not working the full week. Let's just leave it at that. And I told him, I said, hey, Dagda's going to be over on Monday and Tuesday, and we're going to do this, and I got all this going on, and I'll try to do that. And he's like, okay. And he threw something at me, and I said, don't throw things in my face. And he goes, why? I said, I've told you 1,000,000 times, nothing in my face. This motherfucker looks at me and goes, not when you're awake, and walks off. I was like, yep.
You motherfucker. Yeah. I'm not sleeping anywhere near you from now on.
I think that was part of my problem last night why I couldn't really sleep because I was paranoid. Because, I fall asleep a certain way, all that. We talked about it 1,000,000 billion times because it's funnier than shit. And I remember rolling over and facing his side of the bed. And I remember I could hear Fluffy Iglesias in my head, not in the face, not in the face. And I was just like turned back over. And within an hour, I'm having like an asthma attack, like stressing. And I just couldn't believe that because I don't sleep well when we tell those kind of jokes. I mean, good on him. Not when you're awake. What? I was just like, oh my God. I mean, he's been bad lately because like maybe 2 weeks ago, what's today? A week ago. So I had been sick and they put me on prednisone. And for people who've never been on prednisone, don't go on prednisone if you have to. Because when you come off, your entire body is acidic. And I was like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable. And he goes, what's your problem? I'm like, literally, my butthole hurts so bad. He goes, I know. And walks off.
Reminds me of me when I was a teenager. My grandparents would tell me something and I'd be like, I know. It would piss them off so fucking.
I'm like pause for a second because I'm like, wait a minute. I was just talking about
buttholes
burning.
No.
Oh my God. Yeah. But the nice thing about the prednisone is coming off of it and you clean yourself out. That's for damn sure. But oh my God, the acidity to it. I'm telling, like, he's just, anyways. So I did a good job. I did all that research and I was just like, oh, I'm going to have fun with this because I know you've seen a lot of movies, but not a lot. Yeah. But when you think about those lists, like literally, I think it's either Eclipse or The Hunger Games is the two of the newest movies on there. Everything is very old. Yeah. And it's just like, I just can't tell if they're spreading the love around a little bit more or, they're just like, I mean, they're obviously not making the same amount of money in movies anymore. Yeah. No, nowhere near, because I'll tell you what, I love the idea of streaming movies in your home. Because I do not love the idea of going to an enclosed box with a bunch of sick people who ain't got nothing better to do, cough on you and make you sick and give you the flu. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, that one guy that I'm not going to say his name because I'll pop him in the face. Anyways, but yeah, I thought I was nervous enough when you had movie theater shootings happen. I was like, right, I'm like a little nervous. But then now that there's so many semi-transient people out there that I have to interact with on a daily basis, I don't want to be trapped in a box with them. Yeah. It's the same reason why I don't want to do jury duty, because my biggest fear is I'm going to see somebody who's been in my shop and steal, and I'm automatically going to be guilty, and I don't want to deal with it. I don't. But anyways, so I thought that was really fun, and to $1.04 billion. I'm like, wow. I'm like, Disney really got their money because it's cheaper to film anywhere but California, New York. Yeah. Except for
Chicago, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But anyways, so I did my research.
I will say this is going to stab me in the brain until I say something about it. The Dominican Republic is not part of it.
You said it, not me. I wrote it. Look, I will show you the paper is right here because I wrote them down as you said it. Okay. You did that. I mean, I wrote it, but it came out of your mouth. It came out of your mouth. You see that? How that's all scratched out? And there, that's what came out of your mouth. Unless I heard you wrong, all we got to do is go back to the episode and play it. But I mean, who's got time for that? Because we got 101 things going on. Yeah. So anyways. Anyhow. Yeah, so I was just really surprised by that. And I think what's really interesting, especially when it comes to the Avenger, which has more than $1 billion, but it's like 1.2 or 1.6 billion or whatever. But it attributed an average of $300 million to each of those states. Yeah. Which that's nothing to sniff at. Yeah. That is nothing to sniff at. And I hope we do get more.
You hear that, Mayor of Seattle? Anyway. Let Starbucks move. They can move out if they don't want to pay it.
Good job, dum-dum. Like, look.
Genius.
Yeah, I'm not, I have been told by a very good friend of mine that I really shouldn't talk about politics on this because I get really amped, and it has nothing to do with male or female, left-wing, right-wing. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with common sense. So on the single note of Seattle, they have decided for the World Cup, we're going to ban outdoor drug use. That's just not something we do here. And then they're wondering while they're having this uptick in violence because you let these idiots run free for 6-9 months going, we can shoot up on the streets. We can crack out wherever we want. Woo! And then all of a sudden you're like, no, you're going to jail. I mean, they're going to be pretty mad. Yeah. It's like living in a foster home where, the new kid came in, so today we can't wear red, but tomorrow we can. And that's just how it is on Tuesdays.
Yeah, it's funny, too, because I was talking to somebody about Pike's Place Market, which is a really cool place when it's not all fucked up because of homeless people and stuff like that.
I think it was a cool place 40 years ago.
Yeah. And I was talking about how fucked up it is. Recently, I had a friend who had gone up there and fucking... basically they couldn't do anything because there were so many homeless people around. And this other person was like, well, they cleaned it up for the World Cup. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll see how long that lasts.
Right. I mean, the reality is that there's no place that's perfect.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, we were just talking about our state capital. about this 20-acre homeless encampment known as the Jungle.
Yeah.
Welcome
to the jungle. We got.
Do you know more of the song?
We got everything you want here. How do we know your name? We are the people that you find. Or
we are the people who can find
anything.
Whatever you may need.
Yeah. If you got the money, honey, we got your disease.
That is correct. And here's the shitty thing, and then I'm going to get off my rant and we're going to say have a great day. The shitty thing about it is our city capital, instead of working to get these places cleaned up and figure out what we can do, they send services in there. Free services. Mobile showers, free food, free. It's like, that's cool. That's great. While you're fucking doing that, you've got all these people going, oh, yeah, well, these people aren't going to mind if I steal from them. Nobody's going to care because they're not going to convict me.
Yeah.
Bring back the ability to beat stupid people. I literally, at work, looked at somebody and said, do you know you don't know? What don't I know? To a young 24. I said, once upon a time in the state of Washington, in the retail industry, somebody stole your shit, you got to beat an ass. Now, if you touch them, you're up for millions of dollars of lawsuits.
Yeah.
I was just like, there was a couple of people there that were a little bit older. And I was like, do you remember that day? And I remember one of my co-managers, before she'd left work, she was like, oh, I remember when you could tackle them. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
We have pussified our world.
Yeah. Nobody's
willing to say, everybody goes, oh, here, a rough childhood. I feel so bad. No, everybody needs to stop with I mean, even me, I'm a highly empathetic person, but I'm like, when you were a child, things were beyond your control. As a fucking adult, get control of your life.
Yeah. You're responsible for
accountability. It's for you. It's for me. Accountability. Fucking dicks. Anyways, I thought the movies was fun. I was surprised that there wasn't anything more modern in it. And then I started thinking about it going, yeah, this is really weird because not even Avengers Endgame was on that list. Not even, Avengers, it's like the original Avengers are on it, but not the Endgame, I was really surprised by that. I was surprised Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, none of it was on there. And I was really surprised because Disney's a huge driving force in the stuff that we see.
Yeah.
I mean, and what's really funny about all that? When you think about that list, I think there's one horror movie on all of that. And horror is the number one genre for millennials.
I mean, horror movies typically don't make a buttload of money, though.
Say that to the Annabelle franchise that have made so much money. Now they're on Annabelle 99.
Well, typically the highest grossing movies are action films. Because it takes a certain type of person to want to watch a fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
Just like rom-coms, they're typically not going to be anywhere near the high end as far as what they make.
Sure.
Because for one thing, rom-coms, you really don't need to watch them in the theater for them to be really good.
No, because they're all the same. That's fine.
A movie theater still has the advantage of having a really good surround sound system, having really good fucking, because the screen's so big, you can see the details really well.
Yeah. Because a lot of people don't watch in widescreen anymore.
Yeah, and so, romantic movies, you could basically just listen to it, and it's fucking not going to be that much different.
I love you. Oh, Margaret, I love you too. Wait a minute, Minnie, come back to me. Oh, Peter. I mean...
Unless there's some visual joke going on, like in Something About Mary, where she's confusing her, 9 times out of 10, the video quality doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
Whereas with action movies, it does make a huge difference.
I think I was most surprised by the fact that newer action movies like Top Gun Maverick wasn't on there. And I don't know if it's...
That one in particular, it was the time that it came out, because it didn't that come out right around COVID time?
Yeah.
So that kind of quashed it. I don't know how much better.
I think the movie industry has kind of screwed themselves because, yes, we had COVID. So, and people still needed to make money. There's still bills to pay. And I get that.
Yeah.
I 100% get that. But then when you go shit, we're desperate for money, so we're going to put these new releases on streaming for $20.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, ho, ho, why am I going to go pay $20 a ticket to go to a movie theater? Like I said, for me, it's the experience just isn't for me anymore. I wish 1,000,000% we had more drive-in movies. Because apparently there's still like one or two here or there.
Yeah.
But I think drive-in movies are the most fun because I think then, you have people who are going to talk through movies at the theater.
You kind of get the
best of both worlds.
Yeah,
Comfort in your vehicle. Yeah. You can eat what you want in your car.
You don't have to listen to idiots saying, "Run, bitch." Yeah.
If you think this is scary, wait till you see what's.
Yeah.
But, the industry has kind of ruined themselves. And then I feel kind of bad for the actors because at one point you've got like the Sandra Bullocks and the Jennifer Aniston's who are pulling 20, 30 million a picture in that range. And it's just like, that money's just not there anymore.
I mean,
for them to really make their money now, they have to do a good quality film and get producer credits and back end money.
Well, also, like, I think part of it is that they haven't shifted gears from how because like half of the cost of movies is like their advertisement and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They haven't shifted gears from that because if you're doing streaming, the streaming service is going to fucking advertise it for free.
Yeah.
And so they haven't adjusted to the market.
Yeah.
And so they're putting up costs that they really don't need to as much anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think they're doing a really good job with like Masters of the Universe just came out. I think it's already out of theaters. I don't know. I read a little blurb on it. I watched the trailer online on the Tube of You, and I was just like, oh, this very nostalgic for me. This is awesome. This is funny. Because they're really poking at themselves at that point.
Okay. Yeah, it looked kind of weird to me from what I saw of it. I'm like, this is kind of odd. Although I was talking to somebody and they were upset because they really liked the original Masters of the Universe movie. And I'm like, you do realize that movie the director had an idea for a movie. He couldn't get it made. So he got the rights to make the Masters of the Universe movie. And that's the movie that he made. It only kind of tangentially had anything to do with He-Man and stuff.
Dolph Lundgren made a great He-Man.
He's kind of perfect.
People are just like, oh, that movie sucks back. No, really, for its time, it really didn't.
Yeah, it was okay.
In the 80s, we were very much, have you met a Gen Xer? Most of us are smartasses. Like, there's a co-manager I work with. She's older than me. And she's like, well, she was just like, it's interesting because we all kind of seem to have this same vibe, but I'm older than you, so maybe that's why we don't 100% match. And I looked at her and I said, you're a Gen Xer too. I was just like, so there's like 50% of Gen Xers where we have a commonality. I left the comment there because you already know from private conversations, right? Yeah. And that's the thing, like a lot of people, like they'll dump on it. My partner, who is younger than me, loves 80s movies. He's like, it's great. It's not all this same bullshit over and over. He loves like the gleaming, the cube and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I have,
skating movie.
Yeah, it's got Christian Slater in it too.
Oh, okay.
But like me, one of my favorite older movies is Face Off with John Travolta.
I want to take his face off. You're crazy.
Right? Snake Eyes. Like all these different, like, not gangster movies, but these action thrillers. Mm-hmm. They're great, but like apparently there's a Tom Cruise movie called The Legend or something that he loves all these older ones because he's just like he thinks it's kind of funny when he can tell the CGI. And I was just like, the one thing I love about 80s and 90s movies is it's so campy. It's so campy, like, campy, oh no, especially the Evil Dead. Yeah. They're like, look at my Impossible, right?
Yeah.
But the thing I hate about them is just like, oh my God, remaster it, clear it up a little bit because I don't need glasses, but you make me feel like I'm wearing the wrong prescription. It's true, but I don't know. I was surprised by that list of movies. And then I started thinking, well, maybe it's because they're not able to get enough data because they do the report every year. And I don't know. I was really surprised there wasn't a lot of newer stuff. And then I started thinking, well, maybe it's because of how the theaters actually started dying back in 2018.
Yeah.
Because the cost to go to a theater, especially here in our state, got ridiculous with the way they took minimum wage and started jumping at $2 a year, because we've got another 2 years before it's supposed to be $20 an hour is the minimum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it's
Texas is still 7 something.
Yeah, yeah. But also, you can also buy. I had a person who was shipped from the military. They bought 9 acres of land and a 6-bedroom, 4-bath home.
Yeah.
For $300,000. But I do know that in 2018 you started.
2-bedroom house here, by the way.
2-bedroom. That's a studio apartment condo. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
$380,000 might get you a 900 square foot studio condo that you still have to pay $600 a month on top of everything else.
Yeah.
For the fees. It's interesting to me because it's just like the world is kind of out of whack with the way things are and the way they should be. And so I actually know a realtor. He's very good. His name is Chad Nolan. He's with 1% Lists out of, in Tacoma, Washington. And he actually puts out these little videos because I like to learn a little bit here and there. It's what people's brains kind of try to do. And he was he was talking about where are you getting your true value with these new slap together homes or craftsman style, basically. He's like, do you want some of these new homes that are just quickly slapped together? Or do you want to look at a home like a home you live in? You live in a craftsman home.
Yep.
And he's like, that are 100 years old. They've stood the test of time. Yeah, you need some retrofitting here and there. But the reality is you're better off looking at something a little bit older that maybe you got to fix up a little bit here or there, or retrofit here or there, because it is bang for buck value.
Yeah, like Chuck's house was, I want to say it was built in the 90s or something. And that thing, there were so many problems with it.
Yeah.
And like my house, so he had the same issue that I had with the bathroom, where the toilet was leaking
in between
the.
Yeah.
And it rotted out.
Yeah.
Mine, we replaced the floor anyway.
Yeah.
But the boards were actually perfectly fine. They were just wet, and we should have just peeled up the tile and then just let it air out. But then that would have taken a week or something.
Yeah.
Especially at the time that we were doing it because it's still cold out. And
yeah.
Wet. But instead, we're like, let's not even chance it. And this will be faster anyway. Cut out the floor and put in a new flooring.
Yeah, and it added $8,000 above what you paid in value to your home.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy. We have to start, especially like I said, this movie thing had me thinking all over the board. This is crazy. I don't know how Jennifer Aniston's going to pay her security guards if she quits doing her TV shows with Reese Witherspoon. It's amazing to me because the evolution of the world is going to streaming.
Yeah.
We're not going to be, and that's going to cause issues with herd immunity when we're not doing movie theaters anymore.
Yeah.
But I see no value. It is not if I want to treat myself or my partner and really do something, I am going to go to my favorite restaurant. I am going to buy a new pair of Skechers because I buy 2 pairs a year anyways for the most part. And I'm gonna look at buying something that's gonna add value to my life.
Yeah. And
that's the biggest thing I took away from listening to a lot of these videos that are done. And you can find them on Facebook. You can find them around. Like I said, Chad with 1% Lists in Tacoma, Washington. He gives you another way to really look at something. And so everything I buy, I'm looking at what other value does it add for me? Does it add security for me? Is it adding something that in the long run benefits me? Yeah. And the scary thing, fun fact, you don't have to disclose if somebody's died in your house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, do not have to. It's a courtesy, but you don't have to.
It's one of those urban myths.
It's an urban myth. Anyways, I know we're super long in the tooth, but I was super excited that I got all that research done before I got sick and while we were on break. And then I'm just still blown away at how, when we think about money, how little is in this.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. So crazy, but that's okay. I mean, I don't know. Those are and I looked up the 4 places that you mentioned. So I don't know. I think there was another one, but I didn't write fast enough. Anyways, I hope everybody's had a great day.
Yeah.
Or days. If a few people probably have to take 3 or 4 days to listen to this, and that's okay. That's okay because you can pause it wherever you want and do your own guessing game before getting the answers.
Yeah. How many answers did you guys get? Probably more than me.
I'm gonna say the average person is gonna get 5. And I say that because I'm an average person and I got 5. Like, you know, I did not think I knew it was gonna be a Twilight Saga. I just didn't know which one it was gonna be.
Okay.
So I knew that one, and Silence of the Lambs was the one that surprised me the most. Jumanji surprised me a lot as well.
Okay.
And then Independence Day, it kind of surprised me, but then I went, wait a minute, I knew that because they filmed in Coos Bay, Oregon, dumbass. So I'm gonna say most people will get about 5, especially if they do what we did, do what you did, and start going through it in their brain.
Yeah, try to process of elimination because of the guesses that you've already made.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody has a great days.
Have good ones.
Have good ones, yeah. Right?
Later.
Bye. Okay, everybody. That's all the time we have for today. So I want to thank you for stopping by to enjoy the conversation. We're glad you're here, and please share and share again and share some more. And if you haven't already, subscribe. We'll be having another chat and another cup soon. We'll talk to you then. Look forward to seeing you.